Good morning in the Americas, good evening in Asia, good afternoon in Kenya and East Africa. It's exactly 4 p.m. time for Citizen TV Briefs. My name is Jimmy Mbogo. Let's get you informed on some of the stories making headlines here in Kenya. Now, one person has died and another was seriously injured in a collision involving 3 trailers at area between Emali and Masiba in Makueni County. The crash caused a complete blockage of the busy Nairobi-Mombasa Highway, leading to a major traffic snarl-up more than 10 kilometers long. Police have dispatched emergency response teams to clear the wreckage and restore traffic flow. In a statement, motorists traveling from Mombasa to Nairobi have been urged to use the Makindu-Wote-Machakos Junction route and Machakos-Wote-Makindu Road for those heading to Mombasa.
Mtoka Malaba jana nimeingia hapa saa 6 usiku mpaka sasa niko hapa. Rais mambo na nyumba bro, mambo na nyumba, tutaka barabara. Mambo na nyumba bro, tukisitaki nyumba, tutaka barabara. Barabara bro ni ndogo hii rais.
So nilikuwa naomba serikali kama inaweza tufanyia mapendeleo ya kutengenezea barabara mbili, ambapo moja ni ya kupanda na nyingine ni ya kushuka, ndiposa tuweze kuavoid kukaa kwa jam sana.
All right, and still on traffic matters, where 2 sisters have died in Gitaru in Kiambu County after they were hit by a lorry on the Nairobi-Nakuru Highway while crossing the road. Now, according to Kikuyu Sub-County Police Commander Joseph Ndege, the sisters were trying to cross the road in an unauthorized area, which he said has contributed to an increase in accidents along the road. Ndege says dangerous crossing puts the lives of many people at risk and pedestrians should use safe areas to cross.
This highway is still under construction, and in this regard, therefore, the main signs, the main precautions that which are supposed to be there are yet to be put. We are talking of road markings, rubber strips, barriers where they are required, and therefore the drivers and the pedestrians who are intending to cross over this road, they should do so with the precaution. More or so, they should take the privilege. We have put our traffic officers there who are trying to direct and who are trying to guide on how to cross safely.
The Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Union, that is KMPDU, has condemned threats by Kiambu County to sack striking doctors, calling the move illegal and a violation of their rights. KMPDU Secretary General Dr. Davji Atela said the ongoing strike is legally protected and the medics are exercising their constitutional right. The doctors are protesting delayed statutory remittances, denial of sick leave and poor working conditions, issues they say have persisted despite a similar strike last year. The union says non-remittance of statutory deduction by the Kiambu County government has led to inhumane working condition for the doctors, where some have been denied medical care, evicted over unpaid rent, or flagged as high risk by banks due to the county's failure to remit payments. KMPDU warns that if Kiambu doesn't resolve the crisis, the strike could escalate to the national level.
Notice to Kiambu County government on 5th of May 2025, and up to the time that you were going on strike, we had not had any meetings with the county. So I'm justified by all means, by all mechanisms, to say that this strike that we are on today as Kiambu doctors has been necessitated and forced upon the doctors by the inactiveness of the Kiambu County government. The take home is, if the county dares touch any doctors, we will not leave it for those doctors in Kiambu. We will have it as a national issue.
All right, to the corridors of justice, where Kanyanyaine MCA Grace Nduta and 3 other suspects who were arrested in connection with the alleged stage-managed abduction of Juja MP George Koimburi have been released on 300,000 shillings cash bail each. Now, the 4 who are suspected to be close allies of the MP were arraigned but did not face charges after the prosecution requested for 2 weeks to hold them in custody as investigations continue. In her ruling, Magistrate Caroline Mugo said there was no compelling reason to continue detaining the four and ordered them not to contact the victim and report weekly to investigation offices.
Are you saying that the 15 days will assist you to soften the respondents? So they will soften within the 15 days? Then if that is the motive of the application.
Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen is calling on MPs to strengthen laws on enforced disappearances. He says fake abductions are straining security resources and undermining the weight of real cases. Speaking in Naivasha during a National Assembly awareness workshop, Murkomen cited the case of Juja MP George Koimburi, whose reported abduction is now suspected to have been stage managed. Now he urged lawmakers to close legal gaps that allow such misuse. At the same event, the CS also pushed for Strategic Goods Control Bill 2025, which regulates dangerous materials like chemicals and radiological substances. Murkomen warned that such goods have been misused in the past attacks, including the 1998 U.S. Embassy bombing and the 2012 Moi Avenue blast.
This matter has now escalated to a level where in the situation we have been handling this week, where a member of parliament is abducting himself. And this is serious because a member of parliament is a person who occupies a very high office. And this comes after we lost another member of parliament who was unfortunately shot, and the case is in court. So when a member of parliament participates in this very comical act of self-abduction, it generally creates despondency among the population. And it also lightens, it makes cheap and lighter a serious subject matter of abduction.
All right, from Naivasha back to the capital here in Nairobi, where Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja has defended the county's decision to evict rent defaulters from government-owned estates, saying the move is necessary to enhance revenue collection and ensure efficiency in service delivery to the city residents. Now speaking during a tour of the Jivanji Urban Renewal Project, where he was accompanied by Pari Mayor Anne Hidalgo, Governor Sakaja assured investors who had already paid for housing units that they will receive their homes by December this year. He noted that despite previous delays, the project is firmly back on track. The governor noted that Urban Renewal Project has no housing levy nor housing fund, citing it is a public-private partnership for suitable financing arrangements.
We are sharing experiences, values, and what happened in Nairobi with this program for people, for families, for children, for affordable housing is very important, you know.
And I'm glad that we've been able to, revive it, and we're completing in December. At least 368 units in August. In August. Correct. Should be ready, and the rest towards the end of the year. And it was really just sorting out the financing provisions. Well, what we've said, we're doing a huge revenue drive for the city. We cannot have a situation where we want services, yet those who live in the county houses are not paying rent. And so they're making way for those who can pay rent.
Now, President William Ruto has today revealed ongoing deliberation within the East Africa community to develop, that is, a common license policy to curb the escalating conflict in Lake Victoria. Speaking, that is, at the official closing of the Blue Economy Conference in Homa Bay, the head of state acknowledged the tension among Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania that has often seen Kenyan fishermen detained by foreign authorities.
To avoid this country arresting that country's people and the rest of what's going on at the moment.
We need to come up with an agreement that these waters can be exploited generally. In the Indian Ocean, you've got Koreans, Japanese coming to fish in our waters here, and there's nothing we're doing about it. Why should Kenyan fishermen be harassed when they just cross the border?
And before we officially launch it, there is currently a conversation that is going on between our three countries so that we can find a way of having a uniform license.
All right, now, National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah says the approval hearing of IEBC nominees will take place tomorrow with a view to debating the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee report next week. Now, Ichung'wah gave the assurance following a ruling by High Court Judge Lawrence Mugambi allowing the National Assembly to move forward with the vetting and approval process. The House leadership has also taken the position, that court injunction should not stop Parliament from carrying out its functions once its mechanisms have been triggered.
Jambo la kwanza amesema mheshimiwa
mama kidete ili kufuguza mambo ya ukabila.
Sasa wacha niwaletee mama kutoka kule. Nilisema hakuna mtu hata mahakama inaweza kusitisha bunge kufanya kazi yake. Kazi ya kupiga msasa watu ambao wameteuliwa kwa kazi za serikali ambazo zimewekwa kwa katiba kama commissioner za IEBC ni kazi ya bunge. Siku ya Jumamosi tunamalizia hiyo kazi. Kesho
aende asiende, wote Malaba ule mkabila wa Kenya mkubwa, tumwambie yeye nini, tumwambie ashindwe asishindwe.
Mimi nataka kutuma Faruk aambie rais ya kwamba Kakamega is locked under broad-based government.
All right, moving on. A group of about 30 young men on Friday descended on the Uhuru Garden Park in Mombasa County with power saws and began cutting down old trees, sparking concerns from environmentalists and human rights groups. According to environmentalists, the trees provide extensive shade and serve as a habitat for one of Kenya's most important bat colonies. They are also demanding answers from the Mombasa County government following the felling of two old trees at Uhuru Gardens. Francis Auma from Muhuri was among the first activists to arrive at the scene, said that the youth also threatened to assault him before running away. Mombasa County Inspectorate Director Charles Changawa denied that the county government had authorized the exercise.
I have here is we have rare bats here. Yes. They have a habitat here. Yes. They are useless to us because tunaona wanakunya wanafanya nini, lakini they are important for pollination and so on. Ecosystem. Kwa hivyo usione msitu huu ukaona una maana.
Tangu jana wameanza kukata, walikata wengine pale wakaangalia kumetulia. Leo wakaona kuzuri kutamu. Hii ndio kubwa baba lao Adud. More than 100 years nasikia imekuwa hapa, wakaiangusha. Waingoa wale watu walikuwa hapa wanasema tulikuwa pia Seregoi tukakata. Tunaona maudhui shabaha lengo dhamira ni masuala ya kugrab hii park.
Hapa hapajagrabiwa. I can assure you that. Kama ni watu wameingia tutajua ukweli uko wapi.
All right, some sports news where Kenya Aquatic has commenced a 3-day National Swimming Championship Gala at the Kasarani Swimming Arena in Nairobi, attracting over 445 swimmers in various categories. Now, the huge turnout of swimmers are from 6 African countries with 60 teams registered. Hosts Kenya are joined by Uganda, Tanzania, Zambia, Malawi and Madagascar. The event started with a parade of nations where all clubs showcased their swimmers before they dived into the pool for the competition. Now, the 6 countries are using the 3-day championship to select their national teams for the Senior World Aquatic Championship to be held in Singapore in July 2025 and Junior World Aquatic Championship to be held in Romania in August 2025. Among notable swimmers chasing the national team slots are Sarah Mose from the Fit Hub Aquatic Club and Stephen Ndegwa from Bandari Swim Club in Mombasa. The two represented Kenya in the Africa Games in 2024, Africa Junior Championship in Mauritius, and the World Championship in Hungary in 2024. All right, and that's all we have for you on Citizen TV Briefs at this hour. More details will be coming your way later on at 7 and at 9 p.m. My name is Jimmy Mbogo. Thank you for watching.